Let's go over to the book of Daniel, Daniel chapter 3. And I'm going to give you, according to this passage, which you all know about. It's about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the three Hebrew children that defied the king Nebuchadnezzar. But let me show you something in here maybe you haven't seen before. Remember, we're talking about the Lord is there. So we're going to start off in verse number 14. So what has happened is the governors, the leaders of the nation had built this idol and told all the people, you got to worship it. They came to Nebuchadnezzar and they got him to agree upon it. So starting in verse 14, Nebuchadnezzar spoke, saying to them, "Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the gold image which I have set up? Now if you are ready, and at the time you hear the sound of the horn, the flute, the harp, the lyre, the psaltery, in sympathy with all kinds of music, and you fall down and worship the image that I have made, good. But if you do not worship, you will be immediately cast into a burning fiery furnace, and who is the God will deliver you from it?" So this was the threat to them. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego had refused to bow down. And so Nebuchadnezzar, who he liked these guys because they were working with Daniel and they were good citizens, and he said, "Are you going to do it? Because if you don't, you're going into the fiery furnace." So in verse 16, we're going to see what Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered. Verse 16, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. If this is the case, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us from your hand, O king. But if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the gold image which you have set up." So they made it very clear to the king. They said, "King, to us it's a no-brainer. We're not going to serve your gods. We know the living God, and we're going to serve him." But I like what they say in verse number 17. He says, if that's the case, or if you do throw us into the furnace, in that case, our God who serve is able. See, this is what a lot of people think. Well, yeah, God can heal me. Yeah, God can deliver me, but I'm not sure if he will. And so people will take a scripture like this and say, well, yeah, we know God is able to do anything. But wait a minute, they didn't stop there. He said, God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, but then here's their faith. And he will. God will deliver you. God will be there. He is Jehovah Shammah. He's there. He will deliver us from your hand, O king. I don't care what's coming against you. God is your deliverer. Remember way back we read in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, no matter what you're going to go through, that God's going to make a way of escape? So here's exactly what's happening. That they said that we're not going to bow down, king. You know, we're not going to worship your gods. We're going to worship the true gods. And so the moral of this story is, if you don't bow to the world, you don't bow to the sickness, you're not going to burn. God's going to get you out of it somehow, some way. Even if you threw us in the fiery furnace, God is able, and he will. Here's the key to your faith. You have to know that you know that you know that God is there with you. God is in the fiery furnace with you.